Madrid. It's kind of a mad thing. It's actually happened. He's gone to Turin. So we're going to talk to Graham Hunter just after 8 o'clock. And half the Mayo ladies team has walked out ahead of their match this weekend. We'll try and find out why at 7:30. Everybody very tight-lipped at the moment. Do get in touch. Richie here in studio as well. Hello.
Well, Joe.
So what I will do here is give the teams, and then Keith, you can explain what way they're lining up. More so Belgium. France are as we expected. Pavard, Varane, Umtiti, Hernandez, and then it's Kante and Pogba and Matuidi back in the team, and then Mbappe, Giroud and Griezmann. And then Belgium look to have Courtois and a back four of Chadli, Alderweireld, Kompany and Vertonghen. And then I guess if we're going 4-3-3, 4-5-1, it'll be Witsel, Dembele, Fellaini, and then De Bruyne, Hazard and Lukaku. Is that kind of how we're looking?
Yeah, De Bruyne on the right of a 5-man midfield, a 3-man front line, Hazard to the left. If anything, Fellaini's playing just in advance of Witsel and Dembele. Dembele's had very little game time in this tournament, hasn't he? And he's a player that I do like. But it's a brave team selection. There was all sorts going around when I was driving in. Oh, they're going with a back three. Chadley's going to be right wing back. Dembele left wing back. Dembele left wing back. Do me a favour. It was never going to happen. So it's still a brave team selection. But Meunier's obviously suspended as Hazard's doing a little bit of magic down the left.
Yeah, puts a ball across the 6-yard box and it's well dealt with by Umtiti, puts it out for a corner. So 0-0, 6 minutes on the clock. We're aware that many of you who are following this game are just going to watch it on television, as good as we are. But what we'll try and do is keep you updated regularly, and then we've got some good pieces with Graham Hunter, and Edwin McGreal from the Mayo News will join us about the situation involving the Mayo ladies team. Half the team walking out.
Days away from a Cavan qualifier as well.
Yeah.
It kind of shows you the seriousness of the situation when they're deciding to take that course of action that close to a qualifier.
It certainly does. Everybody very tight-lipped, but they've cited... What was the exact
player
phrase?
welfare issues.
Player welfare issues, which is suitably vague. So we'll try and find out what is going on. So 0-0, 6 minutes gone. France, Belgium. Richie, let's start the news round, and we'll keep the updates going. Keith, you can largely watch this game and ignore us, but
thank you.
Chip in as well.
Usual then.
Don't sound so delighted about it.
The news round is brought to you this evening with Screwfix.ie, championing the trade with a choice of over 20,000 quality trade products. Who do you expect to win, by the way?
I fancy Belgium. I just think the way they've got past Brazil, that must have given them serious amounts of confidence. And I don't know what it is about France. They're not really doing it for me yet.
You always feel like they're waiting to catch fire.
Yeah, but just haven't yet.
And never have in the last 2 years.
Yeah, for 20 minutes, I suppose, during the Argentina game, where they were sensational. But they're playing against Argentina, who were
all over the shop.
Yeah. And Deschamps worries me. We've seen with Martinez, although he's been battered from pillar to post during his time at Wigan, and probably more so at Everton, about him tactically. But I thought he was brave against Brazil. He could have had egg on his face, but deserves the plaudits because it came off. He's tweaked it again today. If that hadn't
come off against Brazil, his reputation will be in the toilet.
Probably getting the sack, and he's probably not getting a decent Premier League job anyway.
No.
Yes, you're right. So I don't know where he would have went from them, but...
So he's brave. Has he won you over a bit this tournament, Martinez? Or did you always think he was good?
I thought he was decent. I wouldn't be raving about him, but he's still relatively young in the grand scheme of things as a coach, manager. And he's got this squad of players at his disposal. I think bringing in Henry has probably been a shrewd move, because all the Galacticos in that Belgium squad, he can certainly relate to them on that level. What he's bringing on the training ground, I'm not so sure.
Okay, really?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I know his assistant Jones, isn't it? By all accounts, he's a good coach. Martinez on the training ground is a good tactician in the way he sets teams up and little patterns of play and movements. What Henry does, I have to be blunt, I really don't know what level he coaches, but certainly on that wavelength of the likes of Hazard now and Lukaku, I'm sure you always see them messing about, joking and training. I'm sure he's been useful on that front.
Okay. John in Kerry says, lads, I'm here for the duration. I won't lie, I have one eye on the telly, but crucially, I've got 2 ears on the radio.
Good man, John.
Good man, John in Kerry. So 0-0. Hazard looks quite sharp early on, I would say. A few times he's got the ball, he's been very lively.
I think he's quality. I'd be worried if I was Chelsea now with Ronaldo having left.
Yeah.
He'd certainly be one of the prime candidates, wouldn't he, to go there? Or whether they raid PSG for one of Neymar and Mbappe, I'm not quite sure. But I think from the opening, 8.5 minutes, Belgium have looked more comfortable in possession, dropping off when they haven't had it into a decent shape and frustrating France. But I did think this was going to be cagey.
Yeah.
Deschamps, the way he is, the one dynamic was what way are Belgium going to shape up? Are they going to be brave? Are they going to get on the front foot? Are they going to be leaving 3 men forward? That certainly hasn't been the case in this game.
Yeah. Okay. Early stages, 9 minutes gone. Richie, where are you starting?
Yeah, we'll start with events elsewhere because there is other football on tonight. Despite events in Russia, Turner's Cross is a sellout for tonight's Champions League qualifier first leg meeting of Cork City and Legia Warsaw. Mark McNulty has been ruled out through injury, with Peter Cherry starting in goal for Cork tonight, and their manager John Caulfield is under no illusions as to the task at hand.
Let's call a spade a spade. They're going to dominate possession. So it's not going to be like a League of Ireland match where generally we'd have much more of the ball, and if you looked at most of our matches, we'd normally have 65-70% of the game. That's not going to happen. So it's a different type of match, and you have to prepare accordingly. That's what we've done. So you have to make sure that when we don't have it, which is going to be a lot of the time, that our concentration levels are good, because sometimes players can switch off. But we've done a lot of work on that. But at the same time, there will be times when we get opportunities, we get the ball, and we need to be able to use it, and that's what we've worked on. So that's why it's intriguing, because it's totally different than your normal league match.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for them.
Yeah, kick-off's at 7:45. Celtic, meanwhile, have 1 foot in the second qualifying round. Goals from Odson Edouard, James Forrest and Callum McGregor gave Brendan Rodgers' side a 2-0 win away to the Armenian champions Alashkert.
Guys, I'm driving home to Carrick and Shannon, so I won't arrive for another hour. I'm depending on your updates, says Pat. France is in Galway. I'm not watching it on the TV, lads. I'm in the tractor working. Make hay while the sun shines, they say.
Well, hey.
I expect compelling play-by-play reports. What's Francis been doing all day? 7:10. He should have his work done, no?
Get up out of bed earlier.
Come on, Francis.
Jesus, look at the Tories
Come on,
here.
Francis. I'm just looking after the people who get out of bed early in the morning, Richie, okay? That's my politics.
Let's golf first, Richie, okay?
Your shirt should be blue and not red, Joe.
11 minutes gone. France 0, Belgium 0. Again, if you are in the car, if you're out and about, I appreciate sometimes you can't catch all the teams, so I'll give it to you again. It's Lloris in goal, Pavard, Varane and Umtiti, and Hernandez is the back four for France. And then it's their familiar 4-3-3 shape. Kante and Pogba and Matuidi back in after his suspension. And then it's Mbappe and Griezmann and Giroud, which is a fairly ridiculous front three as well, isn't it?
Oh, the front three is on from both sides.
Yeah, so Courtois in goal for Belgium. They've gone with 4 at the back. No doubt Martinez will tinker across the evening.
I think that's a 3.
It looks a 3 at times. It looks like a 3 now, doesn't it?
It looks like a 3, and they pivot to have Chadley as the more advanced of the necessarily 4, if there is going to be 4. But I think it's the standard 3 that he's had throughout.
Done this, flips it, doesn't he, in possession, out of possession. But Chadley, as soon as they're out of possession, he's dropping
into a 4. Okay, well then, out of possession, where Belgium go into Chadley, Alderweireld, Kompany and Vertonghen. And then 3 across midfield, Witsel, Dembele, Fellaini, with De Bruyne and Hazard joining them, and then Lukaku is up top. So that is where we are, 12 minutes gone, Richie.
Yeah, and it is a done deal. As you mentioned there, Joe, Cristiano Ronaldo is off to Juventus. Juve have agreed a fee of €105 million with Real Madrid for the 33-year-old Portugal captain. In a parting letter to Real, Ronaldo says he's bringing to an end the 9 happiest years of his life, but the time is now for a new chapter in his life. Representatives from both clubs hammering out the finalities and the details of the deal in Greece this afternoon, with his medical to be completed next week. He will pocket Ronaldo €30 million a season over 4 years in Turin. Since joining in 2009, Ronaldo has helped Real win.
Oh, what a ball. Can Mbappe get there? Ooh, through ball, just didn't get there in time. Mbappe, Courtois was sharp out of his line. It was a nice ball through.
Very nice. It was from Pogba, actually. Left Dembele for dead, dropped the shoulder, turn a pace, and he tried to slide it on the move, but how quick is Mbappe? You mentioned it just as the programme came on. He looks electric tonight.
It didn't look initially when Pogba played that pass like Mbappe had a chance.
I know, but it was just his turbo, wasn't it?
He had about, I would say, the defender had about 8-9 yards starting him when Pogba played that pass.
He made that up quick smart, didn't
he? He got there in front of him. It was Courtois who saved the day. It was just extraordinary pace. So 12 minutes gone. Well, I'm not sure how much praise we're getting here from Glenn.
Hey, Glenn.
Who's driving from Cork to Navan. Some of us are forced to drive across the country this evening. Give us more of your updates on the game, please. 5 Live is a scrambled mess this far south, so I'm stuck with you.
The cheek of him. Stick that right off that radio, Glenn.
Nick, you.
The cheek of him.
Change channel, Glenn. We don't want you. We don't want you.
On people like you.
Come on, Glenn. Come on, Glenn. You're thrilled to be with us. No, we'll keep the updates coming. I don't blame anyone for being stuck with us, using that phrase, because frankly, they are stuck with us. This is their worst nightmare for football
fans. They can't be lobbing us up against 5 Live.
JP, can we get a bit of Huey Lewis in the news? Happy to be stuck with you.
Well, they have commentary
Go to
rights.
ads.
We don't have commentary rights.
That's scrambled. What sort of illegal system has he got in that car?
Yeah.
It's just the reception's bad. It's still on medium wave. Who uses medium wave?
Glenn, I know a way you can get 5 Live.
Where's the medium wave?
I know why Glenn could get 5 live on his phone, but I'm not going to tell him. So he is stuck with us.
Exactly, don't tell
Can you tell me?
Tell him at 9
I'll
o'clock.
tell you later.
Because I've something to listen to between 7:30 and 9 o'clock.
14 minutes gone, still 0-0 between France and Belgium. The quality of these updates, every 2-3 minutes I'm giving
Telling
them.
you, relentless.
As we mentioned, Ronaldo has won 4 Champions Leagues during his time with Real, 2 La Liga titles, and he's also become the top scorer in Champions League history. Jorge Mendes set to pocket between 20 and 25 million for this deal. And Manchester United, for their part as well, will get a cool 6 million.
Nice.
Yeah.
Apparently, Mourinho wasn't interested in him. Now, I don't think he was desperate to come back to Manchester United either, but Manchester United certainly weren't interested. And it does seem, so he'll get 30 million a year over 4 years, which will make him a very well-paid 37-year-old.
4-year deal at 33.
In the world, he has a lot of leverage.
Wow.
So he is a nice wage. It seems like Real Madrid wouldn't pay him the money he wanted.
I just didn't pay too much attention to that link in the last week or so.
You just assume it's noise.
Yeah, here we go, a
Here
new
we go.
contract.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I guess where we knew something was potentially up was after the Champions League final, when he did say, well, the fans will find out in the next few days if I'm staying or not.
Yeah,
And I thought,
nothing.
that's interesting. But there was nothing, so you assumed
Then
they
he
were
goes to
working
the
on
World
it.
Cup, yeah.
Ooh.
Chance across goal, Eden Hazard left-footed, and Hugo Lloris breathing a sigh of relief that the sights weren't in for Hazard on that one. But another decent chance for Belgium goes. He's played through
Look
there.
at that French
Kevin De Bruyne
defence.
playing a bit high.
Look at the French defence.
Keith,
All
we're on
over
radio.
the gaff.
We're on radio.
Oh,
Lads,
yeah,
they-
sorry.
no one's
I was
ever-
just talking to Richie on YouTube. I forgot we're on the radio. Yeah.
Everyone look at that.
Yeah, look at it.
Look at that. See that there? Do you see that there? That's unbelievable.
Disjointed. Okay, I'll paint the picture. Disjointed.
The game you were trying to listen to.
is a liability.
None of those
Telling
words
you.
paint a picture. They're just too general.
I'm getting there.
Right, what does a
He's
liability
basically dropping deeper than anyone else. Kante's trying to fill in. I don't know where Varane was. Richie, you were supposed to give that update. I was chatting
You're
to
the
Joe
one who's
about
watching the game
Ronaldo.
exclusively.
This is getting out of hand. Explain what happened there. So, who flashed the shot wide?
Hazard.
Okay, so Hazard left-footed shot, pulled
Not
it
quite
wide.
how he got in, but the back line was all over the gaff.
Again,
Titi dropping deeper.
Okay.
Varane nowhere to be seen. Kante trying to cover. And I think that's what Martinez is setting them up to do. Pick those holes as France get a little bit giddy. Pick the holes, because is there anybody better at Hazard than picking up those little pockets of space in front of the opposition back four when full-backs go forward, darting into them, and I think he's looked very bright.
It's
the last
been a
couple of games.
nice start here. 16 minutes in, there was a period of French dominance in possession for the last few until that Hazard shot. Before that, it was all Belgium. So this is nicely poised, and we're getting sniffs of chances at both ends. So 0-0, 16 minutes gone. Francis and the Tractor has been back in touch.
Hey, Francis.
And I did suspect this may have been the case. Lads, I've been up since 5:45 this morning doing my day job. Us poor farmers need 2 jobs to keep a farm going. Francis and Galway. I did actually think that.
Are you going to apologise?
I'll take that right back then, Francis.
No, we retract it. I'm not apologising.
I'll take it right back.
Apologise to no
And can
one.
I just mention that, is he tweeted in there, is he texted or what?
Has he texted or tweeted?
Texted. Should he be doing that on a tractor?
Well, he could be
Like,
stopped.
Just saying.
He's in a field on his own.
Yeah, well, be careful.
Might be on his own.
Francis, be careful, and we're glad to have you with us.
Yeah.
And good man.
Unlike
5:45 to 7:18 p.m.
What kind of tractor is Francis driving?
day?
Can we get that, Francis?
Text back.
You out there?
Saying it's a big one. Where is he?
Galway.
Galway.
He's got a big field.
Cahill is on the road from Ballybun. Everybody's getting in touch to tell us what they're doing.
This is nice.
Reasons for not
It's a
watching the
community.
football. Yeah.
They're not listening to 5 Live. It's good.
I'm calling this slot Reasons We're Stuck With You Lot.
Get the song, JP. Come on.
Cahill says, I'm on the road from Ballybunion to Kilkenny. You are my window to the world for the next few hours, says Cahill. That is your problem, Cahill.
It's true. Yes, it's true. I'm so happy to be stuck with you. Banger. Huey Lewis was a great songwriter back in the day. Played saxophone. And
Effort. Oh, saved.
He missed not stop
It was
singing.
straight at Courtois. Tug us through this from a Tweedy.
Tweedy, good strike on the volley. Courtois, happy hands, straight as a die.
About 30 yards out, half volley, fell to Matuidi, left foot straight at Courtois.
They've been very respectful of each other, haven't they? Both sides dropping off. Nobody's pressing high. They know the damage each team can do to each other. Dembele's starting to get into a little bit of stride in midfield, but Murray mentioned he hasn't had much game time at all in this tournament, has he?
No. Text in, lads, Dan and Carrick and Shannon, you're 4 seconds ahead of the TV. Can you just delay your reactions a little bit? Thanks. Will do, Dan. Anything to make your viewing experience better.
Is Dan working on live pause? There's no way that's possible. We can't be ahead because we're like late watching the TV ourselves and then on radio.
Oh, Hazard shot
wow.
over deflected. Hazard cuts in from the left, edge of the area, kind of on the angle of the box, and hits it with his right foot.
It was a clip off. A clips off, I think it's Varane, isn't it?
It is. It's off Varane's head. Fellaini and Varane were in front of Lloris, and Varane...
Sure, Lloris has that coverage, you know.
It's a brilliant header from
Yeah,
Varane.
does really well, because he's trying to contain Fellaini.
Yeah.
Gets in the way of the shot as well, flicks it over for a corner kick.
And because Hazard had hit that.
Yeah, proper strike. I think Lloris might have been struggling. I think they've been dangerous in these little areas that they've picked up.
Hazard
Belgium.
in particular.
Yeah, very much so. Not so much De Bruyne on the other side. Lots coming from the left-hand side. Lukaku's been quite quiet.
So is that Pavard and Varane getting mixed up? Or do you feel Umtiti is contributing to that mess?
I like Pavard, I have to say, from what I've seen of him. I've heard big things about him. That stuck out this season. I know he played centre-half quite a lot there, but I think I know the goal against...
It's lofted in towards Fellaini. Lloris can only punch, and that is out wide towards Pavard. Another chance for Belgium goes a begging.
So that's what he does bring to the table, the big galoot, Fellaini, doesn't he? He gets in there and he's effective from crosses.
The big galoot.
He is a big galoot. Although I have to hold my hands up.
Again.
If I was doing the game against Brazil, I would have been saying, why is he in the team? How is he in the team? What is he doing?
Yeah.
I thought he played very, very well.
He's had a good World Cup.
Yeah, I thought he played very well. And not in the usual way where we've seen at Manchester United, play a little bit direct, up and off and hitting diagonals. I thought he sat in and controlled the game at times, which I couldn't believe what I was watching.
Yeah, if you just look at that picture now, in the box, the ball's out on the right-hand side. Belgium have Fellaini in the box, they have Hazard in the box, they have De Bruyne in the box, and they have Lukaku in the box as they're waiting for the ball to come in. So they're really pressing the French back here. There's so many dangerous players, like that front four effectively. Cross in towards Fellaini again, it's flicked out for another corner. Belgium on top this first 20 minutes?
Yeah, definitely. In spells, they've looked more dangerous. We've seen that one of Mbappe getting through, ball slightly overhit from Paul Pogba, but you see the rotation of that front line there from Belgium. Once they get into an area, he allows them to come and go as they please. They have the physical presence, if you said of Fellaini and Lukaku. De Bruyne and Hazard can roam. It was a disappointing ball crossed by De Bruyne, actually.
Once again, I'm watching France feeling there's so much more in you guys. You're playing like a defensive team who are no good.
I don't know whether he instills that in them though, Joe. Do you really think they get the impression that their manager has full belief that they can go and outplay the opposition?
Chance. Oh! Great save, Lloris. Brilliant save. It came from the corner.
It was Vertonghen on the half-turn swivel, knockdown.
You're getting much better at this radio commentary.
Thanks. I don't normally do this stuff.
Go on, so describe that end for the listeners.
He was at full stretch. There was a corner kick in. It was actually Alderweireld. He was heading in towards, not quite top corner, but 3/4 of the way up. He was at full stretch. I got to give it to him. It was very good save by Lloris. Stretching out.
Possibly
full to his right.
Probably. You got two hands to it.
Yeah.
It's a great dive.
They're knocking at the door here, Belgium.
Yeah, this is a big few minutes for Belgium at the moment. Keith mentioned at the top he fancied Belgium. Certainly looks like it thus far. 22 minutes in. I should give you a chance to win our competition, although I'm wary of doing it with corners being swung in from Belgium. It's a free out. All this week we've teamed up with Domino's, the official food of everything, to give you the chance to win our end of week prize of €2,000 cash. Each day this week we'll be picking a daily winner to go into the final draw on Sunday. Each of our finalists will win one of Domino's brand new Meatfielder pizzas, Keith.
It's play on words.
Lovely. Can I just bring something up in the middle of that?
No, I'm in the middle
of it.
it.
Okay, go ahead.
A Meatfielder pizza, which Keith has pepperoni, ham, chorizo, pork meatballs, smoked bacon, and Domino's secret sauce.
Sounds lovely.
Stop dribbling, Keith.
Sounds lovely.
To be given the chance of winning, I identified tonight's World Cup mystery voice, who had this to say.
He's a really special person, I have to say, though. He's a really nice guy.
Jojo, you made a balls of that, my friend. Play it one more time anyway.
He's a really special person, I have to say, though. He's a really nice guy.
Text your name and answer if you know what that is. Look, the mystery voice hasn't quite worked there. 53106 for 30 cents. We'll announce the winner later on the show. It's all with thanks to Domino's, the official food of everything, and their new Meatfielder pizza. So 53106 for your entries there. What were you going to say, Keith?
Paul Pogba is marking Vincent Kompany for corner kicks. That's going to be an issue. If Belgium get a lot of corner kicks, that is going to be an issue.
Well, they're obviously running out of people then.
He is someone I would not trust.
Who have they got that's of Vincent Kompany's height? They've got Giroud.
Well, who?
The two centre halves, Varane.
No, I know they're a big side, but after Lukaku and Fellaini, probably he's there, isn't he?
Yeah. So you've got Varane and you've got Umtiti looking after the other two.
I'd probably stick Pavard on him ahead of
Pogba.
Yeah. They're the three biggest headers of the ball. Alderweireld is up there, obviously good in the air.
Yeah.
It's difficult because
the two centre halves take
the
two centre halves take
Lukaku, Fellaini, probably.
Yeah. So it's tough then.
But it's not as if Kompany's not very good in the air, is it?
58% possession for Belgium across these first 24 minutes. France back on the ball now and out of their own half, which they hadn't been for the last few minutes. It was all Belgium, but they seem to have weathered that storm, France. Where are we going next, Richie?
We'll head west because Mayo, the women's GPA have come out in support of the decision of 10 Mayo players and a selector to step away from the women's football panel due to player welfare issues. 11-time All-Star Cora Staunton was among the group that took the stand with an All-Ireland qualifier with Cavan to come in Clones on Saturday. In a brief statement, the players said today that their reason for stepping away is for player welfare issues that are personal and sensitive to the players involved. Captain Ciara Tierney, Vice-Captain Fiona McHale and Team Selector Michael McHale have also opted out.
Corner for France. Better move down the left-hand side, Keith.
Yeah, first little spell of possession we've seen in the Belgian half, wasn't it? And they got really narrow there, Belgium. Chadley playing at right back. If he gets tested time and time again, he's going to get found out because he's not a full back. But they eventually scrambled at safety through Alderweireld.
I tell you one thing, lads, you're not getting the big galoot from Danny Murphy on the beeb, that's for sure. The boy Andrews has chipped in with a whopper there, says Kevin Swords.
Thanks, Kev.
Better than Danny Murphy. Official.
I actually do like Danny Murphy.
You can't win being a co-commentator.
No, I'd say so.
You're all right.
Oh, I'm all right. I'm all right.
You're all right.
Marmoy. Some people love certain commentators, some people hate them, don't they?
Do you ever search your name on Twitter after a match?
I'm not on Twitter.
I know, but you can still search your name.
Good press, bad press. You don't really want to go too far up, too far down with that. It's like when you were playing.
Did you get the sense people loved it when you were telling Sterling 2 years ago to just do something?
Well, I got told it a lot the week after. Everybody was convinced I had a bet on that, but I think you were both testifying. I'm not a betting man.
No, that's true. So, where next, Rich?
Serena Williams through to an 11th Wimbledon semi-final. The 7-time winner recovered from losing the first set of her quarter-final to see off the world number 52, Camila Giorgi, 3-6, 6-3, 6-4. Williams will face the 13th-seed Julia Gerges in the semi-finals. The German today beat Kiki Bertens by 2-1. Angelique Kerber reached the last four for the third time in her career, beating Daria Kazatkina 6-3, 7-5. Kerber will meet Yelena Ostapenko in Thursday's semis. Last year's French Open winner saw off Dominika Cibulkova 7-5, 6-4. Juan Martín Del Potro completed the men's quarter-final lineup today as well. The fifth seed resumed 2-1 up on Gilles Simon this afternoon and eventually saw off the Frenchman in 4 sets. Del Potro's reward is a last 8 meeting tomorrow with the second seed Rafael Nadal. The pair met in the French Open semi-finals with Nadal winning that day in straight sets, but Del Potro is expecting better of himself on grass.
It will be a different match than that we played in Paris few weeks ago. I will try to hold my service games the most of the time, and then if I want to beat him, I have to come to the net very often and play hard with my forehands, with my backhands, and try to take all the chances.
There was an Irish success at Wimbledon today. Dubliner Georgia Drummy and her partner Alexa Knoll beat Victoria Kanapskaya and Lenka Stara in the girls' doubles first round. Unai Emery, meanwhile, has completed his 4th signing since becoming Arsenal manager. Midfielder Lucas Torreira has signed from Sampdoria for a reported £25 million. Torreira impressed during Uruguay's run to the World Cup quarter-finals. He joins Bernd Leno, Stefan Lichtsteiner and Socrates Papastopoulos in Emery's Emirates Revolution. While in the Tour de France, Fernando Gaviria won today's 4th stage. The quick-step rider won in a photo finish into Sarzeau to claim his 2nd stage of this year's race. The top 10 on general classification remain unchanged. BMC's Greg Van Avermaet retains the yellow jersey. Dan Martin survived a crash and stays 1 minute 38 seconds down on yellow, but moves up 6 places to 33rd.
Kevin De Bruyne flashes one across the French 6-yard box, the corridor of uncertainty, Keith.
Pavard's not doing enough at all, whether it's against Hazard and this time against De Bruyne. Just drops a shoulder and then whips it right across the 6-yard box. Lukaku has to gamble, has to get across. Yeah. But that left-hand side for Belgium is looking dangerous, especially when you factor in Vertonghen's not even getting forward. Yeah. They're keeping 3 back to counter anything that Mbappe does down that side. He's just backing up play.
So you're Deschamps now and you're looking down your own right-hand side and you're thinking, we're in big trouble here. Hazard's having a lot of joy. De Bruyne's drifting over and helping him. There's an overload. Pavard's kind of scratching his head a bit. What can he do?
Well, Kante is the obvious one to go over and support. So then what would you need when in Kante's absence, if he drifts over to the right, you need someone consistent, reliable in central midfield.
Pogba.
Pogba's not that person.
No. Matuidi is though, isn't he?
Tweedy, but then he's starting from the left, isn't he? So it's a long way to come over. We might need to tweak it because Pavard's been stretched on 2 or 3 occasions now.
Yeah, okay. 0-0, 29 minutes on the clock. Belgium looking the more threatening. Short break.
Off the ball on News Talk.
Thanks to Screwfix.ie. Championing the trade with a choice of over 20,000 quality trade products.
Lunchtime Live.
Drink is a drug. We need to stop putting alcohol when it causes our children to collapse and vomit and possibly choke and all those kinds of things. Stop putting it in a special category as if it's somehow not, that big a deal. Oh, it's a rite of passage. Tell that to the parents whose kids have choked on their own vomit. Tell that to the parents whose kids are lying having their stomach pumped in A&E.
Lunchtime Live with Ciara Kelly.
Thanks to VideoDoc.
Back tomorrow at midday on News Talk.
Dad, can we get the red one? No, I like the one with the shiny wheels.
Hang on, I want that one.
No, we're getting the one with 16-inch alloys and park assist.
With Volkswagen Financial Services personal contract plans, your choices are endless. And when